Welcome to This Explainer. Our goal today is super specific, but honestly, it's an absolute game changer. We're going to look at the ultimate strategic tool designed to just cut through all that corporate sustainability overwhelm. If you've ever felt completely paralyzed by the sheer volume of environmental and social initiatives out there, or you're just not sure where to deploy your capital for the maximum impact, well, you're in exactly the right place. So let's just dive right in. Section 1. The Sustainability Dilemma. Before we get into the actual solution, let's validate a really noble, universal ambition in modern business. I want to speak directly to you for a second. Your company wants to be sustainable. You've got good intentions. You want to do the right thing for the planet, for society, and obviously for the future of your industry. And hey, that is a fantastic starting point. But here's the problem. And honestly, it's a trap that trips up almost every well-meaning organization the second they try to actually execute. It is just a crushing reality, because suddenly you're staring down the barrel of literally hundreds of environmental and social issues. We're talking massive, incredibly complex global challenges here. One day you're mapping out carbon footprints to fight climate change, and then the next day you're auditing global networks for supply chain ethics, all while simultaneously trying to somehow solve water scarcity, gender equality, and biodiversity loss. Studies from our source material actually show that the average well-meaning enterprise tries to tackle dozens of these initiatives all at once. It's completely overwhelming, and frankly, trying to boil the ocean like that is a surefire way to accomplish absolutely nothing. Every single one of these issues requires a serious, dedicated strategy. Section 2, the resource trap. Looking at that massive list of noble causes, the natural instinct is to try and do a little bit of everything, right? Just keep everyone happy. But here is the harsh reality we have to acknowledge. You simply cannot address all of them. Why? Because you are constrained. First up, not with the budget you have. We're talking strict opportunity cost here. Every single dollar you allocate to some sprawling, unfocused initiative is a dollar pulled away from a core project where you could actually move the needle. Financial resources are entirely finite.
Second, you can't do it with the team you have. Human capital is incredibly finite too. When you force your best people to execute on 20 different sustainability fronts simultaneously, you don't get green execution, you get green wishing. You just breed initiative fatigue, you burn out your top talent, and critically, you dilute their overall impact. Your organization simply doesn't have the bandwidth to be a master of everything.
And crucially, not with the time you have. Time is the ultimate non-renewable constraint in business, and last I checked, literally nobody has figured out how to manufacture more of it. The clock is ticking on these global issues, and spreading your efforts too thin means you make zero measurable progress anywhere by the time the next quarter rolls around. So, how do you choose? If you can't do it all, and doing nothing is obviously off the table, how do you logically, strategically decide what actually makes the cut? That is the central tension of corporate sustainability today. Section 3, the materiality solution. Fortunately, there is a way out of this resource trap, a strategic lifeline, if you will, and the answer lies in a sustainability materiality assessment. Now, far from being just empty corporate jargon, this is the ultimate compass to filter out the noise. Think of it kind of like a triage system in an emergency room. It's explicitly designed to identify the exact intersection of two critical prioritizing questions, which ensures you treat the most vital issues first. By using this assessment, you transform a vague, generalized desire to be good into a highly precise, actionable business strategy. Section 4, 2 critical questions. To see the mechanics of how this actually works, think of the framework like a funnel. On one side, you're evaluating business performance impact, and then on the other side, you're evaluating stakeholder priorities. The real magic of prioritization happens exactly where these two distinct sides intersect. You're essentially weighing the hard, uncompromising realities of your business against the specific needs of the people who matter most to your long-term success. Let's drill into that first question, identifying which ESG issues directly impact your business performance. And look, we aren't talking about abstract morality here. We are talking about your bottom line and your operational survival. Take supply chain stability, for example. If you rely heavily on agricultural raw materials, water scarcity isn't just an environmental buzzword. It's a direct threat to your production lines next year. Which of these global issues impacts your costs? Which ones dramatically increase your regulatory exposure, or maybe limit your ability to attract institutional capital? If an issue heavily dictates those financial realities, it is highly material to your business. Then we move to the second critical question, which ESG issues matter most to your stakeholders?
You can't just guess here. You have to rigorously understand what drives your investors, your clients, and your employees. Why? Well, because their priorities dictate your reality. If your institutional investors care deeply about carbon reduction, ignoring it risks immediate capital flight. If your top-tier engineering talent demands a robust diversity and inclusion policy, ignoring that creates a massive talent retention crisis. Basically, if an issue is a top priority for the people who fund you, buy from you, or work for you, it absolutely has to be a top priority for you. So it all comes down to finding that razor-thin overlap between what drives your core business operations and what truly matters to your people. You've got to stop treating sustainability like an endless checklist and start treating it like a targeted investment. I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought to take back to your executive team today. Look at your current, probably bloated list of sustainability initiatives and ask yourself, out of all of this, which ESG issues actually matter most to your stakeholders, and are you truly focusing your limited resources there?